Morning all. This will be the last video of the candlesticks for this time. As I say, I don't realise what I've got upstairs and what I haven't got. Anyhow, I found this with this one. I didn't realise I even had a candlestick which was made without provision for the dial, which means it's one of the early ones. Not the earliest, but one of the early ones. And you see, no dial place at all, just a bare base. Also we've got the receiver, which looks like it is made of brass. Now I thought these were all steel, but it looks like this one was in fact brass. It's been painted, but it definitely looks like it is brass. I know a lot of modern ones that you buy now are brassed up, brass which is not normal. We've got the cap, same type of magnet in there. It would be a normal horseshoe. What I did also notice, and I was saying the English ones never had holes in the rests, well, it's proved me wrong. This is an English phone and it's got holes. I think, or believe, this one goes back to the 1920s. It's obviously an early one. Even the terminal, and this item is called strips flexible cord connection, and this one's got 6 terminations. Some of them are 4 and some are 6. You've got a number on there as well, I believe. I don't know if it will show up. Turn it round the right way, you might see it better. That could be the year, that top one, 235. Now, what is interesting with this candlestick is the transmitter. I understand this is probably quite a rare transmitter as well. Obviously carbon granule, and it is number two. Transmitter number 2. It's 235 TE23, but it's transmitter number 2. And transmitter number 2 was a carbon granule type, but as with carbon granules, they could become compacted, which means they wouldn't work. So when you spoke into them, they were unable to vibrate and change the resistance or impedance of the line and give you speech. You probably just got a load of strange noises. So what they did, they made this so it can be rotated. And by rotating it, you can dislodge the carbon granules and make the transmitter work the way it should do. So that is what that transmitter is. Totally different to what you normally see on the candlesticks. I understand this is quite a rare item. There's a typical bell set over the back there which would have to be used with it, but obviously for a CB system as no dial. But it is, I believe, quite a rare instrument. I've got a nut on here to show you what's printed on there, see if I can get it right this time. Number 4 on this side, and on the other side Always have a job getting these blooming numbers. Let's see, has that done it? T26 235. Yeah, number 235. And now, like the later candlesticks, these were painted black. The only difference being the holes in the cradle, if you like. I believe some of these also had, but not this one, had a hook on the side there, which you could hook on a watch receiver, or if you like, a mother-in-law's listening device, but not on this one. Anyway, this is more or less all I've got to say about this, to keep this little talk short. Any comments please make. As I say, there are people out there that know a lot more than I do, and of past comments and information, which I'm very grateful for. So if we do know anything more about this, let me know. I'm trying to think where I picked this phone up from. The only place I can think would be from that gentleman, Mike Joannou. He had so many phones that he could have easily have had not just one of these, but several of these. I still remember him with his pot belly. Used to have that placed on his mantelpiece above the fire. Quite an interesting device. I know I keep going on about his pot belly. I'd love to know what happened to it and what happened to his collections of telephones, pinball machines and other devices, including that penny farthing bike which he had as well. We shall probably never find out. As I said before, a great loss when he was murdered by his wife's lover. It shows you what goes on, doesn't it? Anyway, on a more cheerful note, there's the phone. Put it back in the hook. Please enjoy. Any comments please make. I think I've mentioned it all. The main thing is that this is a transmitter number 2. The phone itself was introduced in the 1920s. The block took over from what they called a rosette. The rosette was a circular termination block, I believe also in wood. I think it's teak. And then they brought this one out, which obviously goes that way round on the wall. You've got a little space in there for the cable to come in. And the braided wire, which is in good nick. In fact, it's all in good nick. So I think that is more or less all I've got to say with this phone. So as I say, thanks for putting up with my ramblings, as you like. And this, as I say, concludes the talk on my candlesticks. So once again, thanks for watching. Any comments please make. And thank you again. Thank you.